How's it going, everyone? I am back. I am on the left playing black Luffy, and on the right we have a friend of mine playing blue Boa Hancock. Both of these decks are very good. Boa is like one of the rogue queens, you know, can kind of compete with decks in the meta, kind of loses to some other matchups. I'm playing black Luffy for the first time, possibly last time, I don't know yet. I want to keep practicing the deck some more. I really like this deck and the concept of just dropping big bodies. We did both mulligan, and I did lose the die roll, and he chose to go second, by the way. But I want to know, right before this game starts, do you guys think Black Luffy is the better black leader? And out of these two leaders, who do you think has a better standing in the meta? Also want to say, this is 1.5 speed, because this is a long match. You can tell by the video length and the speed. But we will go ahead and just get into the match. I will go 6 into his life. I know, turn 3, but we're starting here because nobody did anything. Then we brand new, and off this first brand new search, we get absolutely nothing. That actually kind of sucks. I just -1 card advantage. Hurts sometimes. But he's got 4 Don here, and let's see what he decides to do. I do think Lucci has better removal. Obviously, this Luffy doesn't have the best way to remove things. Him being a possible 6k is nice and all, but it just depends. Like, if they can clear your big bodies, it just doesn't matter. He goes Jinbei. Jinbei play Weevil. Weevil draw a card, and he's looking like he's in a good position. I have no way to deal with both of these bodies, so I'm just gonna go ahead and swing 6 into his life. Maybe I can make him drop a card, and I do. I get a 2k out of his hand. Then I drop Borsalino, and we'll just pass it to him. Borsalino can be removed pretty easily by blue, but I don't really have much other place to make. If you look in my hand right now, I actually have 0k counter. This is rough. I am taking hits no matter what. And, you know, playing blue, he's going to draw cards. So he's going to go ahead and start this turn by swinging Jinbei into life. I go ahead and take this to see if I can get anything that will help me. Then he goes Weevil. Weevil lets me get another life, and then I will block the Boa. Honestly, I probably should have blocked the Jinbei, see if the Weevil would swing at the Borsalino, and then just take the Boa swing. But, you know, either way, I'm taking 2 hits, unless he does commit into swinging to the Borsalino one more time. But, you know, probably could have saved a life. I'm just looking for plays to do, because I'm pretty low on plays right now. But drawing the what is it called? What did I just draw? Oh, drawing the Ice Age is pretty nice. I think I do kind of make a slight misplay here. He did freeze the Borsalino by playing the 6-cost Boa, so it cannot swing. But if he didn't freeze it, I actually could have swung with it. We go 6 into the Jinbei here. Possibly could have Ice Aged the 6-cost and then cleared it with the Sanji. Yes, that Sunny is actually so good. Drawing a card and getting the passive +1 to cost is super nice. So I have 5 Don, rest 5. And I'm going to go ahead and play the Sanji. Sanji pop the Weevil. If I didn't put the Don on my leader, I probably could have Ice Aged the Boa down. And then because of the stage, been able to pop the other Boa. And then if I had the Borsalino, could have swung into it. But I didn't have the Borsalino, so I couldn't clear the whole board. It is possible I could have, but I don't know. It probably would change the numbers of the way he counters. But yep, I officially have 1k counter in hand, and I am not feeling too good about it. Alright, and so with his 8 Don play here, let's see what he decides to do. Looks like he's going to start with a 5k swing in. I'm just going to go ahead and block this to hopefully not take any more damage that I don't need to. Borsalino will go. I have to do this, or I would just be at 1 life. And I think I could just lose really quickly. So then he goes Jinbei. Jinbei plays Gecko, and then he has 4 more Don, so he goes Weevil, and then Weevil lets him draw a card. That is an insane board he just created, while also getting +1 in hand. Like, actually, he didn't go +1, but he did add 1, then redraw 1, so he didn't lose that many cards. He got a new draw while establishing 3 bodies for 8 Don. And the only deck that really does that is Gecko Moria, so he basically just played a Gecko Moria. Wait, he did play Gecko Moria. Wait, that's so funny. That just happened. He brought the Weevil back and played the Weevil, and he got card advantage. And there you go. Boa busted. So he's going to go ahead and 2k out of the Sanji swing. And now he has 3 cards in hand. I really want to get some damage in. I am very behind here. So I go ahead and I rest the 8 Dawn. And I go Gecko effect. We're going to pull up the brand new and the Rebecca. So a brand new effect here. And he almost whiffs again. Almost does it. But I go ahead and I take T-Bone because I already have an Ice Age in hand. And I need something to play. Then I get the Brook off the Rebecca. I'm debating if I play it or not. And I think I elect not to. Because I need counter in hand. I have none. So it's a very rough situation that I find myself in here. So I go ahead, put 1 on the leader, and then I swing 7 into life. I am a 7k leader now because I have the 8 cost Gecko on board. It's a thing that people don't really talk about. It's a nice little buff. It honestly is, being a pseudo Whitebeard is pretty nice. Not gonna lie. So I go ahead and I pass the turn, and he goes and gets his 10 Dawn. Now he's got 10 Dawn and a Dream of 4 cards in hand. Alright, yeah, I'm just, we're talking about what has buff, or what has a +1 buff, what has a +2 buff. So the Sanji is currently a 7, and everything else is +1, I believe. Alright, so he's gonna take his 2 Dawn and put it onto the Jinbei, and he's just gonna swing 7 into the Sanji. And I'm debating if I counter out of this or not. If I counter it, it will take another swing. If I don't counter it, I'm taking a swing. But I do go ahead and counter it. I want him to commit more swings to my characters than my life, because my life is very low. He's going to swing 1 more time into the Sanji, and I think I'm going to have to let this one go. But I'm contemplating the Sabo because I don't actually think I'm going to get a chance to play the Sabo. So I go ahead and I counter out with the Sabo, and looking at my hand, maybe I should have kept it. Just to cycle out my hand a bit. I don't need to drop a Gecko every turn, but I am afraid that he will clear my Gecko. He swings into the Sanji again, and I go ahead and I block it, and he goes 6 in again, and I use that to save my life. That is what I was going for, and then he freezes my Gecko with the Boa. And now I have not enough bodies on board to play Gecko and then Gecko into a brand new, because I have 2 brand news on board and none in trash. So what do I do with this? I have 2 Ice Ages, and I have a Gecko in hand and a Sabo. I can Sabo to clear the board a bit, but I can't even swing my Gecko. So really, I'm only clearing 3 bodies, and he'll still have 3 bodies to swing with, and that is rough. I have 3 life, so he could put me down to 0 at any moment. I only have 1k counter in hand. This deck, it can get very bricky. If you don't play Sabos to clear your hand out, you're going to be struggling. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with a 6k swing into the Jinbei. I'm just hoping he's going to let the Jinbei go, which he does. And that makes me feel better, because now I'm able to clear 1 more body. So I go 1 to reduce the cost of the rested Boa, because it doesn't really matter which one I rest, because I'm going to pop both of them with the Sabo. Sabo, drop Sanji, pop Boa, pop the Weevil, and I had to recount. I was like, oh yeah, this works, because I dropped the Boa down to 1, and the Weevil is 4, so that is the Sabo range. And now we're officially in the grind game. I have to outgrind a Boa just through sheer willpower alone. My guys are at 9s, which is nice, because of the Luffy. But what's not nice is I have 3 life, 3 cards, and he's got 4 life and 4 cards. So I gotta make my way through this board, which isn't hard, but he does have to swing things for me to kill them right now. I don't have ways to actually pop anything. Well, I guess technically I do. Oh, he goes, yep, 10 drop. And he goes ahead and he draws 3 cards. Ooh, man, now if I would have... if I would have done that... Oh, no, I think it's draw 4 life. You get to draw 4. Yeah, okay, so I drew into a 2k counter, which feels great. I'm looking at my board here. I really don't have another option. There's one thing in my play, and it's pretty obvious on what it is. And I'm looking through my trash, and I'm like, dude, there's just no brand new in this trash, and that really sucks for me. No way to refill my hand. So we'll go ahead and start with a 7k swing into life. And he goes ahead and he counters out with 3k. I go 9 into his life. And he does take it, which I'm like, okay. And then I swing 9 again. And now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I shouldn't have swung these guys. Should have just kind of let him attempt to starve, I guess. I'm just giving him so many cards in hand to counter and, you know, play through everything. But I'm feeling the pressure of being behind in life, and now I feel a little better. So we go ahead, we bring the Boa down to a 1 cost. We go Gecko effect, we're going to play the Rebecca, and nothing else because my brand new is still on board. We go Rebecca effect, we're going to bring up the Brook effect, play over the, or not Brook, Rebecca effect, play the Brook -1, then pop the Boa. Alright, so we just passed turn, and he's got 10 Dawn up again, and I'm just letting him know that the Brook actually has some more synergy than I thought. He's a 5 cost now, which is pretty nice. So we got to decide on how we're actually going to deal with this. And there's not much you can do when you get gravity bladed, right? So he bottom decks the Brook and the Rebecca, and I'm just left with these bodies here, and he shouldn't be able to kill any of them except for one of them with the swing, and then he's gonna swing. No, he had to split his Dawn to actually swing here. I am still a 6k leader, so he can't swing neutral with these characters. With 3 Dawn left, what does he do? I can't remember. So for 3 Dawn, he does go the Dofi, and he goes ahead and he stacks his deck. Let's see. We cannot see what he's stacking, but it looks like he likes what he sees, and he's probably going to keep it. And yeah, switching the order up just a bit. Sweet. So he goes in and he keeps it on top, and now it's our turn. Alright, so we're looking at a hand of finally counter this late into the game. We finally have some counter. He does have way more cards than us. That Kaido really refilling him just hurts so much. And I'm like, dude, he's only got 2 life left. If I can get him down to 0, I think I can win. So I'm going to go ahead and swing 7 into his life. And if he counters this, I think I should probably just not swing. Right? Yeah. So he goes 7. And this is where I start playing poorly, I believe. So I go and I swing the 10 into his life. I really want him to take the life, so he does. And I'm like, well, I can't clear the Dofi, but I'm gonna go ahead and swing big anyway. And this is kind of where the downfall starts. I get tunnel vision on taking this last life too hard. Way too hard on trying to take this last life, when I should have just left my character standing and just keep swinging my leader. I already got 2 cards out of his hand. I shouldn't have tried to force this last life so hard. I do believe we were getting close to hitting time in round, actually. And I was like, dude, I don't want to win this from life. He goes ahead and he decides to swing 12 into my Gecko Moria, and I do have to take a second here to think about what I want to do, if I want to keep this Gecko alive or not. He has a lot of Dawn left, so if I keep it alive, he could still swing just 4 and 4, 9, 9, and kill both my characters. So I really have to think about how I want to play this out. Alright, so after thinking, I do go ahead and I counter out of this swing. And I'm like, hopefully he doesn't actually swing into both these guys. But he does. So he goes 9 into Gecko, and then he'll go 9 into Sabo, possibly? Yeah, I'm just like imagining if I would have left these guys standing how different this would have actually played out, because now he gets to decide, does he kill the Sabo or does he play cards? And you know, it's like there's so many options that he could go for here. What does he decide, right? Alright, so he decides to just go 9 into the Sabo, and now I got a lot of work to do. I am in top deck mode, and he gets to, you know, search. He already stacked his life. He's got a full grip, and I'm in shambles. I'm hurting right now. I'm trying to minimize the board while I still don't have anything, and he searches a 2k counter. So I need to take life, and I need to not give him cards here. And I'm like, alright, how does Jack work? I have to reread how this card works. And thinking about it right now, I probably should just, I don't know, I need to keep bodies on board. So me swinging here is actually really bad, since I know his Kaido can just take care of whatever I want. I go ahead and I swing into his life for 7. He's got a whole giant hand of cards. Oh my goodness, he has so many. So I go 7 into his life, and he's going to give me the 3k 0 cost event. And I minus down the Gecko. And then I go ahead and I swing 8, 9. Looks like I'm going 9 into his life, I'm assuming. Yes, 9 into life, and he takes it. And I go 7, play Jack effect, and I go ahead and draw 1, trash 1, pop the Gecko. And again, in all reality, I probably shouldn't be resting all my characters, because his Kaido does just swing into everything for free. No cards in hand means he actually doesn't even have to commit that much Dawn to do things. I guess I'm just kind of hoping that I'll get a card that will let me pop any possible blockers, because at this point he's only played 1 Dofi, and he's gone through so much of his deck. And yeah, he's gonna go right into the Jack. Jack is gone. My leader is a 6k still because of the Robin, but he only has to put 2 Dawn on leader to kill the Robin, so it's really not that hard for him to clear it. So now he is going to take 2 Dawn on the leader and go ahead and swing the 7 into the Robin, clearing my whole board. And I'm like, well, I can win next turn if he doesn't play anything crazy, right? So 4 gets Jinbei. Jinbei plays Dofi, and Dofi stacks, and just like that, the dream of winning next turn is dead. And he's going ahead and stacking his deck here. Is Dofi stack 4 or stack 5? Because earlier he did 4, now he's doing 5. I can't remember what it is, but it doesn't really matter. Goes another Dofi, restacks, and yeah, I have 1 card in hand, and I'm like, well, can this do it? It's probably a Rebecca, seeing as I'm looking in the trash, but he definitely, most likely has a way to clear this Rebecca. Oh, it looks like, yeah, Rebecca effect. We're going to pick up a Borsalino. Yep. And then we're going to rest 4. Or no, we're going to put 2 on Luffy, go and swing 7 into life, get rid of a blocker, and then we play Borsalino, and now we just hope we live. Honestly, I don't even really want to block if I don't have to, just so that way I have multiple swings. But we'll see how this ends up turning out, because he could just have another Gravity Blade. I think that's what it's called, the one that removes 2 7 costs or lower. Or no, it costs 7, and it might also remove 7 costs. I can't remember. It takes a lot of Dawn, but it's definitely worth it in a situation like this. And I think he's got 5 cards in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, he's got 5 cards in hand. And again, I'm at 0 with 3 life, and I'm like, dude, please hit me. I need life. I need cards. And he's like, nah, I don't really want to. So he goes 5 in. I go ahead and I take this 5. And don't know what I got. Goes big. I go ahead and block this. Oh, again, I should have just taken it. And he's going to go Kaido. Put that back in my hand and pass turn. Now I have 2 Gecko Morias. and a brand new. Problem is, I can't really do anything with the brand new. But it is Gecko, so I get to start playing things. So Gecko plays Rebecca, or Gecko also plays brand new. Brand new searches these guys, take Borsellino, and then the Rebecca effect will kick in here. And we're going to get... I'm looking at the T-Bone right now, so that way I could possibly clear the Doflamingo next turn, and also have a 2k just in case I feel like I'm gonna die. But no, I take Suru so that way I can lower it. Yeah, okay, because I can still Suru Gecko. So then we go 8 into life, getting a +1 from the Gecko just existing. I might also be going into the Jinbei. I don't remember what I went for here. Nope, Jinbei. I went for the Jinbei. Yeah, just less swings. Alright, so gotta decide on how we're gonna do this at this point. I have a lot of plays, but I don't feel like I can really make them safely. I need to keep an 8 cost plus on board, so that way it makes it to where his Boa cannot swing neutral. And my Gecko is a 9 here, which feels good, but geez. Yeah, I can see it in his hand. He already has the answers. He's gotten way too many cards. So he's gonna rest 6, and he's going to Red Hawk my Moria down to the bottom of my deck. And I'm like, dang, okay, well, that's really bad for me. I have another Gecko in hand, but there's no way that they're gonna stick at this point in the game. And I'm afraid to go down to 0 life because I do know blue has that Diablo Jambe card. And if I go down to 0, I'm afraid he's just gonna throw that on his leader and swing big. This at this point we are going into time, and we are getting explained the time rules, so I'll just let this pass real quick. Alright, so he's gonna go ahead and start with a 5k swing into the brand new. He just doesn't want to risk me swinging with 2 things, because right now 2 things will just kill him. And I'm like, please hit my life, I need it. He's gonna go ahead and swing the big old 12k into life, and I'm thinking, like, do I block it? Do I take it? I'm just gonna take it. And then he's gonna swing 10, not 10, 12 in. I think he's just thinking if he should or not put me down to more cards. He goes and he swings a 12. I'm debating if I block this or not, so I'm checking my trash, and I'm like, okay, my Gecko can just replay the Rebecca, so I could probably just block this. My leader is just a 5k again. He has... I think he has 4 Dawn. And I'm like, okay, what if he just throws the 4 Dawn onto the Sengoku, then I lose my cards anyway. 4 cards in hand, and I'm just like, okay, what can I do? I go ahead and I just block it. It was a rough decision for what I wanted to do. He goes Gecko. Gecko's gonna go ahead and put cards back into his hand. And he is going to get, I believe he's just gonna get a 2k. Like, I think that's all he really needs right now. And correct, he does get a 2k. And I'm just like, man, I think I just die next turn if I don't set up a wall. And I have the cards to wall up, and my hand is full again. I'm like, finally caught back up on card advantage. I'm up right now. And I don't have a way to clear these bodies. There's nothing I can do. I have to wall up. I can only put 2 blockers, and 1 7-cost event clears both of them. So I go ahead and I go Gecko Moria, play Rebecca and brand new. So then we'll go brand new first. Brand new gives me an Isho. Thank goodness he's finally here. And then the Rebecca is just going to pull up a T-Bone to hand, making sure I can pop something if I survive another turn. That's the hard part, though, is surviving. I do become a 6k leader here. I got a bunch of cards in hand, so I'm going to go ahead and just swing 8 into his life. Please, please just get rid of the blocker. And it doesn't. So I'm like, damn, okay. I just have to survive. And I gotta hope he does not math correctly. This does come down to a maths number. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am a 6K. So with 8K and 6, that will put me at 14K. So there are numbers here where I can survive a turn. Again, I am afraid to go down to 0 because the potential of having the unblockable. So I feel like I have to really overvalue this Rebecca. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started here. He's going to start with a, I believe that's a 9K. And I go ahead and I counter out for 10. And then he goes 9, 10, 11. 11K in, and I take this. And I think I could have gotten out of the 11K swing, but I don't think I could get out of two 12Ks. Right? Wait, let me see. One. How much? I don't remember how much counter I have. He goes 12 in, and I'm going to go ahead and count it up, let the Rebecca go, and then he goes the last 12K swing in, and I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I actually could not have gotten out of the Boa. Yeah, I just, if I had one more K, if it was anything other than that E-show, I could have survived that turn. But those branders did not do me justice. Nope, not at all that game. But yeah, that was a long, hard game. It took a lot of mental energy. Probably could have played a lot better there. First time playing the deck was fun. But yeah, with that being said, if you guys liked, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.